Hey everybody, this is James from Rattlesnake Defense. Today I have a Rossi LWC single shot 300 Blackout Survival. I have no idea what to make of this. Haven't fired it, still got the tags on it. So we're going to learn about this one together. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, we got a Rossi LWC 300 Blackout. This is a survival gun. I've not fooled with this at all. I did put an ACOG on it and put a bore sight on it. Please don't make fun of me for the ACOG. It's the only like smallish scope I had laying around. Folding stock, which is actually very interesting because it's got a magnet that holds the stock in place, which is honestly a pretty cheap, decent way to do it. Folds open easy. Otherwise, standard breakdown, 300 Blackout. Standard safety. Got to pull the hammer back. You have spots here you can take it apart. Looks like it's threaded for like if you want to put a extension on the hammer. The breakdown's easy and smooth. Of course, it's threaded. We'll get into that. But none of that matters if you can't hit anything with it. Now this thing come in at just over 300 bucks, and I have no idea what to expect. I've had some good luck out of some Rossi's, and I've had some not great. So we got a swinger out there about 25 yards, a little one. We'll see if we can hit that. Whap! I think it's really hard for close. All right, so it doesn't kick them out automatically, but easy enough to pull out. Let's try a small one at 50. Let's see how good our bore sight is. I just knocked my own damn target down. But it was spinning like crazy when it fell. That's actually really good. Good bore sight too. It's a little, you know, it's a little spicier than I thought it would be for a Blackout. Now I'm shooting supersonic ammo, but a little bit of felt recoil. Holy crap. All right, let's go to 100. Maybe you can hear this one. And just for the record, I still haven't sighted it in. I am not disappointed so far. Ting. Well, first impressions is that it's exactly what you think it is. It feels like a single shot. You know, if you've ever shot a break open single shot, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a little bit heavy for what it is. It's got a lot of barrel on it, as you can see. It's got a good bit of barrel on it. Heavy barrel, but like I said, the controls are smooth. The folding is just a button you press there. It's super easy, folds up, very compact. This could be a heck of a lot of fun suppressed, but first I'm gonna get my bags and we're gonna get it zeroed and actually get a group out of this thing and see if that was all just a fluke. All right, I got two 6-inch targets set up at 50. This was never meant to be a target gun, so let's do 3 on one target of supersonic, and we'll do 3 subsonics. That would be Cellar and Bellet supers and Sig Sauer subs. Let's see what that does. Now these new Rossi single shots I find surprisingly good for the money you spend on them. Not a target trigger. One thing I feel like they missed a little bit is maybe a shell holder or something on this. But Again, at $300-ish, I'm not going to complain too much. And it does fold up really compact. Three subs now on the other target. All right, we have a problem. Even at 50 yards where it's sighted in for supers, the subs aren't even hitting the target. So we're going to Kentucky windage it, a name at the top of the target, because we're going for a group just to see how good it is. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't even know what that thing's hitting. All right, so note to self. If you sight it in for a certain grain, you might want to stick to that grain, because I'll show you. We'll go up here in a second, look at the target. The first group is amazing. You know. All right, guys, listen, I know my content is not as entertaining as some of the more famous guys, but I'm trying to bring you the facts as I see them. The first 3 rounds, that's 1, 2, 3. One hole, touching each other. I could put my finger through the whole thing. This was the next group. It's not as good. The gun was hot by then because I'd fired a bunch of subsonics, trying to figure out where it was going. And I still don't know. I don't see anywhere on a target. So if you get this sighted in for one thing, I highly recommend you keep it sighted in for that thing, because huge difference in bullet weight and velocity, everything. It seems like the Celeron Bellet Supersonic's the best. But that's 50 yards. That's a 6-inch target. And I may have seriously underscoped this gun because I didn't think it would shoot that good. So that's on me. All right, real quick, I want to tell you about a company that reached out to me. I told you guys I'd never take a gun sponsor, so a rubber boot company actually reached out to me called True Dave. So, in order to make sure it was decent, I made them send me a pair. I've been wearing these for a few weeks just to make sure they're what they're cracked up to be. These have been pretty good. If you need a good rubber boot, it's more comfortable than a muck and way more comfortable than the lacrosses I've been wearing. So, check them out. I'll put the website in the description. Use Rattlesnake for 15% off. They're supporting me. They like guns. You like guns. I like guns. And you'd be doing me a favor. So check them out if you need some boots. Let's get back to it. All right. So let's be honest. I hope you're thinking the same thing I was thinking when I first showed you this. Because the reason for buying this gun in this caliber, in my opinion, is pretty straightforward. So to that end, let's see what it sounds like. Now I know the microphone's not going to do a great job covering this, so I'll just have to describe it to you as best I can. But yeah. And I did figure out this one good thing about this ACOG is it has the drop compensator in the reticle, so I was able to figure out exactly how far down or how far up I got to aim for the subsonics compared to the supersonics to hit the same target at certain ranges playing with it. And although it is absurdly far, I did figure it out. Shit. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your guns. I feel like man getting in a little trouble with something like this. But perfectly fine. Ear safe completely. Actually, it's barely even a crack. That was the Hornady Sub X. I want to try a SIG, and I got some Hornady Blacks. We'll see if they're any different. All right, this is a Sig Sauer Subsonic. Very quiet. Hornady Black, also subsonic. That one seemed like it was right at the cusp of breaking the sound barrier. Just for comparison's sake, because I know that the microphone doesn't pick up this sound as perfectly, here is a supersonic. Yeah, you can hear that one carry on for a little bit. It's still safe to shoot without ear protection, in my opinion. I mean, that's still not loud by any means. Now, I will say this, and again, I know I'm not as entertaining. I'm not a cool guy operator. Yeah, slit up plates, do cool stuff. But I try to have some integrity here. CVA came out with one of these a few years ago, and for whatever the reason, a lot of the sound traveled through the receiver here, and it would, even with the subsonic ammo, it would make your ears ring. It was surprisingly loud for some reason. Little CVA single shot and 300 Blackout, and it was terrible. This doesn't have that problem. This is actually very entertaining to shoot. It shoots really well for what it is. I mean, I would go further, but you know, I just got a little ACOG in here. I don't have the zoom to really target shoot it. Let me know if that's something you want me to do, because, you know, getting this with ACOG at 50 yards is really impressive to me. Much more impressive than I thought it would be. It folds up easy. It is kind of goofy looking. This whole thing could be slimlined a little bit, but I mean, it folds up very small, very compact, deploys quick. You know, I wish there was some kind of shell holder or something. It does have a quick release sling mount right there, and then standard sling studs here. I'm not sure how that would work with a folded, but you know, the hammer feels good, the action's smooth, everything seems fine. I got no complaints with this whatsoever at this price point. Let me know what you think.